Okay, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the first ENST committee of the new civic year. Welcome to Ed, his first one. Hope you get the opportunity to make a great contribution, mate. That's looking forward to that. It's the first part of the meeting is public participation. I don't think we've got anybody in the Zoom. No, okay. So we'll swiftly move to item number 1, which is apologies for absence and substitutions. We've had apologies of absence for Councillor Pondo and Councillor Mrs. Farron. Not sure about Councillor Mrs. Darcy, Councillor Darcy and Councillor Scott. The only thing I would say, I would ask people to approve the apologies of absence for Councillor Pondo and Councillor Mrs. Farron. What do we do about those that haven't?
I think we just, yeah, we don't note them, yeah, because they haven't sent apologies. So.
All right, so ask people to note that, please.
Noted.
Thank you all. Okay. And we're off. Item number 2, to receive members' declarations of interest. Anybody got any? Good. Item 1, no problem. Do I need to sign this first?
No,
Sign
we need
the
to get them approved first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So item number 3 is to approve the accuracy of the minutes of the meeting, the 18th of April and the 13th of May. Can I have I propose that we approve those for accuracy. Can I have a second? Thank you, Councillor.
Happy to second that.
All those in favour? Thank you very much. I apologise. Does anybody have anything to say about them? No, all approved. Great stuff. Thank you very much.
Yeah, there's 2 steps there, please.
Do I sign it or do I initially?
Yes, sign that one, please, yeah. And then there's another step.
Sorry. Oh, do I not initial those?
Yeah, initial, then sign on the last page.
Sign on here.
Yeah, thank you.
Item number 4 is chairman's updates. A couple of things on the list here. Bike bus, first of all. Julie and I attended House of Park. Had a modicum of success, didn't we?
Indeed.
Or you did. You were using
It's
people
called.
there to explain about the bike bus, engage with parents and find volunteers. Ed, do you know anything about bike buses? Would you like to know?
I would love to.
Right. So bike bus is basically it's a volunteer led bike bus, which is kids cycling to and from school on a designated route, and the route can pick up kids at particular points, hence why it's called a bike bus. And it's run by volunteers, parent volunteers, and the idea is that really it's great for the kids. It's a great start for the kids. They get they're energised, they're ready to learn right from the get-go, and it's a great thing. Is the camaraderie and they're riding with their friends on the road and everything, and their parents are with them too on a designated route. So we started the process of this in November last year. We got House of Park was going to be our pilot school. We had some success at the beginning. There's a lady, Mrs. Goodwin, who's fantastic, and she's been really positive about it. But we've struggled to get other parent volunteers. So Julie and I went down to school and at the end of school and handed out some leaflets that we had printed just to try and encourage to tell parents about it, and they can join the WhatsApp group that's already started. So we've got a WhatsApp group that also has the head guy from Sustrans, who's setting up bike buses all over the country as well, Hamish, and so he's on that. So we try to get people to join the group really, so we can. So but we don't really have much success with that one.
There was one chap that was very keen.
Yes.
To all of the parents, you'd hoped that they'd been like.
There are a lot of kids cycling, actually, and I was hoping that there could be some, interest to be able to cycle all together, which would have been good. But we haven't lost hope. I wrote to the head teacher at St Mary's, only in that she'd expressed very positive interest in other things to do with bikes, and actually, she's going to come back to me after half term with a date. So if anybody wants to come with me, I know Deputy Clark is probably going to come, but if anybody else would like to come along, that'd be great. So we'll explain the scheme after half term. The idea really would have been great to have a bike bus on the Friday of the bike week. But it doesn't look as though we're going to be able to do that. We might. I don't know. I had a thought, as you do, middle of the night, thinking, when you wake up thinking, oh, we could do that. I don't know. Does anybody else do that?
Yeah.
In the middle of the night thinking,
I write poems.
oh, I'm so sad. Anyway, I thought we could approach Mrs. Goodwin and say, look, there's 3 of you. Can we have a bike bus? We can probably get some other people along, build numbers. The cycle club, something like that. I don't know, what do people think?
I think that's a good idea.
All right.
Be
So
building a bit of momentum.
even if it's just 3,
Yeah.
I think if it's not on paper and it's visual, more people will join in.
So that's the 14th of June, Sarah. Could we do an action point to contact Mrs. Goodwin and say 14th of June, do you think we could get 3 of you together? Probably get some other people involved as well, and say, look, can we just get it going, do it, and then see what happens.
Yeah.
Right.
Have you got all your route and everything?
We've got a route. Yeah, we do it. We'll do the risk assessment is the next thing that needs to be done. But I don't think that's going to take 5 minutes. Although having said that, I've got 4 risk assessments for bike routes to do, and I haven't done them yet.
Oh, bless you.
So yeah, that's all fine. Next on the item. So that's great. There's an action point for that. Thank you very much, everybody. Ed, if you want some, I can email you some, or Sarah can email you some information about the bike bus and give you a bit of background on it. It's a really great scheme, actually. And the idea was it would have been great for all of the primary. The idea is all of the primaries to do one. It's once a month, every Friday, on a Friday. The kids do this bike bus, and then if they want to do it more regularly, then they can.
No, that sounds good.
I
have to confess, at the very beginning of this, I thought a bike bus was a bus that could carry bikes. So if your mind was going anywhere in that direction, I've been there. I'd be happy to possibly come along to the 15th as well.
Yeah. Great, thank you. Yeah, I think the 14th is Friday.
Oh,
14th
14th.
is called a Friday's
Yeah.
bike bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, no, I'd be happy to do that.
Great. Keep everybody in. I mean, it would be good from the committee perspective. We could do that. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Next on the agenda is the environment and sustainability policy and the assessment document. These are still being worked on by Councillor Pond and Councillor Mrs. Farron. And hopefully we'll have some more news on that in the next meeting. The next item on the Chairman's update of the bike hire scheme. The site, we have got a site confirmed, 2 sites, one at the station and then one at the entrance of Forest Way. We haven't heard back from the station yet, but hopefully it's not. Is it Rob?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully Rob from Southern Trains or Southern very soon. I think he's got to go through a few departments to be able to get the location sorted out, but it seemed very positive when we spoke to him at the station. Deputy Clark spoken to a company in respect of potential sponsorship as well. Who is that?
Glendale.
Oh, Glendale, yeah. Oh, great.
So I'm going to go back to her with some costings.
Okay, brilliant. That's great, because then it means that there's some potential money in the pot from the council isn't having to pay out the scheme.
Yeah.
And then the other item on the announcements is cycle parking at East Court. We've approached another contractor and they're preparing a quotation for us on that as well. So if you remember, Ed, for your information, we had a bike station at the far end of the car park. It's got vandalised and it was a useless place to park your bike in. I've never parked there because at night it's dark, there's no lights and there's no CCTV down there. And so we're looking to move it closer to the building, and we're using two narrow spaces in the car park. It's over by the toilet area on the East Court car park there. But it needs a bit of work to level out. Really. But once we get the quotes, we can then make a decision, and hopefully we'll be able to park at least probably 10 bikes potentially, which would be really good.
Yeah. And then I might get one.
And then you might get one. Absolutely. Yeah, that's the thing. People don't ride here because then there's nowhere to park their bikes safely and to lock it up.
I could even do it as well.
Yeah, you do.
So that's chair's announcements. Thank you very much. Item number 5 is all about bike week. So we have our board designed by officers in council. I think it's
Yeah.
so we did that. And we've got a banner as well that's going across the railings. So there's been a few meetings with Alice and Graham from the EGBA as well, where they're getting involved as well. And we've got a bit of a mini itinerary for the week. So Bike Week is from the 8th of June through to the 16th of June. We've got the 8th of June is Repair Cafe, so we'll be promoting people to come in so that we can have a look at bikes and check it over. Anything that needs major repairs, we'll refer them to On Your Bike. And so that's the start of it. On Sunday the 9th, there's a Kiddie Mass as well, which is open to everybody. It's not just for kids, it's for adults or older kids, if you like. And the idea is that we're doing 2 routes for that. One starts at the Volume 1 Climbing Centre on the Inland Estate, and then it will come up the one lane and down Gullidge and then onto Forest Worth Way into the station, and then the second part of the group, which is for the younger, where the younger kids will be starting from us from the station car park, and we do a little bit around town and finish up at East Court. And the younger kids go on the playground, they love it. Mum and Dad can have a cup of coffee and have a picnic or something. Actually, if the weather's nice, because it starts at 10:30 for the first ride, and then we'll meet everybody at 11, and then everybody goes in as one big group from the station car park around town and blows their whistles and gets close to people.
Good.
Yeah, so you're all very welcome to come into that one. That's on the Sunday the 9th. 10th of June, there's just nothing going on the 10th and the 11th, except Alice and the team are going to be promoting the Bike Week quite substantially, leading up to Bike Week and throughout. 12th of June, there is a Learn How To event on Queen's Walk with On Your Bike. No, you put On Your Bike.
Sorry.
On Your Bike, we're doing a Learn How To. It's Evo at Queen's Walk by Carlo's Lounge. And it's a great way for people to learn how to change a tyre or fix a puncture and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that should be good. They're there from 4 o'clock until 7. And then on the 13th of June, there is the East Grinstead Business Association Summer Barbecue. And if you want to come along from a council perspective, absolutely please do. You need to speak to. Let me know. I'll let Graham know. But we're there. I'm doing a talk to promote Bike Week as mayor. So I'll say a few things about what we're trying to achieve. What we're hoping to build from on this year, and get businesses involved, really, because the whole point of Bike Week actually is for businesses to promote their staff using bikes to cycle to work. We've expanded it to say, and it says on there, replace one car journey this week with a bike ride. That was our initial goal, really. And then we can use this next year, really, in terms of what we want to do. And the idea is really to start planning for this Bike Week a lot sooner, so there'll be a lot of people involved working group wise, so that they can then put their input towards it and get a full program that week together.
Yeah.
We've been slightly stymied a little bit in that Alice and the team have been very occupied, not only these court, but also the D-Day commemoration as well. So, and it's all coming within a week or 3 days of that day. So next year should be a bit easier, I think. So that's on the Thursday. The 14th is the Friday bike bus. So that's the action. We've got an action point for that already. And then on the 15th and 16th of June, there's a potential to, encourage people to go on a couple of cycle rides that have been designed. They're not. It's basically sort of bridleways and quiet country lane type bike rides. Really great fun, and the routes are going to be on the town council website. Just got to do risk assessments for them. Don't take too long. The idea I was thinking of doing 15, like doing a bike ride, and trying to raise money for Being Neighbourly. And it's a 20-kilometre bike ride, goes down to the Stone Farm. No, is it Stone Farm? The stones.
The rocks.
The rocks. Yeah, so down by the rocks, through Kingscote Vineyard, up past the Gravetye Woods and into Sharpthorne, and then Chilling Lane, and then down through some woods and bridleways and back up to Forest, through Forest Way, past the Manor, and up to Forest Way back into Eastminster. So that's kind of just to give you an idea, a feel for it. But there is also another that's been designed. It's more of a mini adventure for younger families around town that starts. And there's a quiz that people can download, or they can go into the library and pick up a sheet where there's questions, but then it takes them on a route around the town through the church, and there are 3 martyrs and Sackville College and Mackindo, East Court, Meridian Line, Mount Aldie, to the new bench for Commonwealth War graves, and then up through Sandy Lane into town, look at the Whitehall, and back up onto the Waterfront. So, and there isn't a prize, but kids or families that do the quiz and get everything right, they'll get so, how are we on that?
You've reminded me I need to speak to Alice about that. Okay. She's not in this week until tomorrow, okay. So I'll put a note to speak to her about that. Questions on the quiz, I think. Yeah, they have, yeah. Well, I think that's something actually that could be used from a tourism perspective anyway. The whole cycling route, which is quite to promote from the town council perspective. So that is Bike Week. Has anybody got any questions? I mean, hopefully next year this is like the blueprint, and then we can have a lot more input a lot earlier to get things organised and sorted out. Any questions?
I suppose there's probably a bit of crossover with the bike bus groups and what's going on in terms of everything else.
Yes, yeah, okay. There is. I think there is an opportunity to, tap into local schools to do that. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, expansion of that.
Yeah, okay. Absolutely. Yeah, that's something that actually definitely. Okay, excellent. Item number 6 is a walking and cycling. Following on from previous meetings, we've got costs for it as a leaflet. It's more of a sort of a tourism leaflet to run alongside what's on the website as well. There's a little bit of work involved in producing the content, and the printer will assist with design artwork and redrawing of the maps. The cost of producing 1,000 printed copies is detailed below. It's not that expensive actually. It's about, if we use recycled paper, 508 plus VAT. So bespoke design artwork is additional to that as well, which is 1755. Are we able to claim VAT back?
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't need to do that.
No.
So 508 plus 1,755. I shouldn't think that's and but I just wondered what other people thought. Really.
It's good.
In the grand scheme of things, it's quite minimal cost, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. And I think, you know, the Cuckoo Trail, who is that Wheel? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's a great description. I think it promotes that route. Really.
Tourist trail.
Yeah.
Portugal are leading the way forward. They have got a 360-degree, which takes in 90 to 100 districts.
Wow.
I think that's something we should aspire to.
Oh, totally.
But obviously, they've got the, but we've got the views.
We've got loads to offer people, actually, you know, walking and something. It's not just,
It's a 3,000-kilometre loop.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow. You could, I mean, I've done a Sussex route that goes as a loop around Sussex. It's about 220 miles. It's quite a big trip. It's quite a big trip.
Yeah.
But there's quite a lot to do.
There is.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. I don't know. What do people think about the leaf? You know, there's an example there, which is the Cuckoo Track. What do people say?
It would just be 1,000 that you're looking to get, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where would they be?
I think.
Yeah.
Would you
And social media pinpoint pushing people that way to
Yeah.
find it.
Yeah. Absolutely. There would probably be an online copy as well.
Yeah, so and I think we try and do a QR code so that people can download it. And if the bike app scheme ever comes to fruition, then you could put the QR code on there on the rack somewhere. So to try and encourage people not to print it, obviously.
Could we consider handing some out at the train station?
Yes, so you could probably put a few at the tourism box there. Absolutely, take the wheel ones out.
Could also have a placard with the QR code on, so whilst they're sitting on the train, they could be downloading it and reading about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, there's potential there. I think, where did I see leaflets today? Grave Time on something. Had something. Anyway, I think there's a few other places we could probably place them. It's a great idea, actually. It's worth having to think about where to go. And also, is it worth putting them somewhere else further afield, i.e. London or something like that?
Victoria.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
I don't think that.
Probably ask Alice might know a bit more about that.
That's a good point. At the other end of
Yeah, you want
These
people to
ones
come
they
into
love.
this, don't you? Yeah. Yeah.
that's interesting.
That'd be great. I wonder where how far those Cuckoo Trail leaflets are spread out. But let's do that. Is it worth putting a few people on this, Sarah, in terms of what's included, design and everything?
Yeah, I mean, yes, potentially it would be like you say, perhaps a small working party or something to get some ideas together.
Yeah.
Probably would be a good idea.
Yeah.
As a starting point.
Yeah. Anything to be included in that?
I don't mind.
Yeah,
Me too.
I'm happy.
Yeah. I think Ed should as well, because he. Yes, so that's awesome.
Right. There's 3 people there. Thank you.
And your committee needs to approve the cost if that's what you wish to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just keep doing that. Okay. Yeah. I'm happy to. So yes, I beg your pardon. Something else, isn't it? So yeah, we're asked to consider the possible proposal that was agreed at the previous meeting. Financial quotes been obtained.
Can I ask
Budget grant
where the quotes from? Are they local?
Yes, it's a local company that Alice uses. Can't remember what they're called.
EMS?
Mad
No, Mad
something, yeah.
They do.
So, yeah, Alice
I think
uses it.
she gets a really good deal.
Yeah.
Because of all
Yeah.
That's advisory. The other things to mention, quotes have been obtained. This has been funded by the committee budget. Grant funding could also be considered. How does that?
It's just a case of trying to see if we can find anybody that could give us some funding for it. So again, that's like a working party potentially, or we can have a look.
Mid Sussex Community Grant.
Okay.
Have a look at that.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Yeah.
That would be
I wonder if
good.
there's anything in West Sussex either as well.
Don't even know we exist or something.
I wonder if Ian Michael might be somebody to contact, speak to about links to Lara Sanford as well. Didn't she email something about the grant the other week?
Okay, I'll check with both of them.
Great, thank you. From an environmental perspective, this would have a positive contribution to encourage walking and cycling in the town area, and also could have an educational purpose if the environmental information was included, like the example that's provided. I would like to propose that we go ahead with that.
I'm happy to second.
Thank you very much. Anybody else got any comments they'd like to put forward?
Are we deciding on which option now? Or
No, I think it's possible, really. Personally, I would say for the £70 it's worth doing the recycled paper. I don't think it's
Absolutely.
yeah. So as an agreement today, I think we should agree with that. And the bespoke design artwork at £17.55. The map redraw actually is a quite complicated thing.
Yeah.
Didn't we do some work on that with the East Grinstead town map?
I'm not aware of that.
No,
That's
okay.
before my
I think
time.
before that, I think it was a lot. Did it? I can't remember, Julie.
I don't think I was involved, but I remember it being torturous.
All right. So
It's like this process, isn't it?
I think that's carried. That's,
Yeah.
all those in favour? Thank you.
Lovely.
Fantastic. Okay, item number 7, community highway schemes. We broadly termed it the community highway schemes. It's not strictly speaking highway schemes. It's really basically ideas or areas that of your ward that you feel would need improvement from a public realm perspective and safety issue from your clients, residents, and that kind of thing. Do we need another zebra crossing here, or make it easier for people to walk across a particular junction, that kind of thing. So that's kind of where we're at on that one. Schemes need to be submitted by the end of July, and there's a number of forms that need to be filled in. I'm not sure that a community highway scheme is the right thing, Deputy Town Clerk, is it? Because some of these things are LC whip related and could be,
The key thing with the community highway schemes, they have to be supported by your county councillor, and you have to have some sort of community support as well, and requests. I think the key with them, and they are also sort of scored, so they have to be a good scheme to get any chance, I think, to move forward. Really.
I imagine they get a lot of them.
Yes, there's not a lot of money, I don't think.
To come to fruition.
But the key is the county councillor support. In my previous experience of these sorts of schemes, and they do it is like a 2-year, 3-year period for actually delivery.
Yeah.
See, Loudon's Lane is already in the pipeline because we've had meetings on site with the town clerk and somebody from West Sussex.
Yes, there is one, I think, already.
Yeah, we're trying to get it to become a cycling route.
Yeah.
To get.
But that's not a community highway scheme, is it? It's actually something that is
brilliant when it happens.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I think that because I don't think there's been any community stakeholder involvement, and it's literally that this is about ownership, wasn't it?
It's the last 9 years of
Yeah.
That must be something.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think John DeBell is behind it, so there you go, everybody.
that's right. Yeah, no, it's really good. So the idea was really, from Ed's perspective, because he's brand new, there was a note that went around the council, the councillors to put together some thoughts of their ward where they believe some improvements to the public realm, yeah, improvements for people walking, crossing roads, that kind of thing, safer and easier. We had a few comments from a couple of our colleagues who weren't overwhelmed
No.
with responses. But that's fine. It's good. We're as a committee, I think it's up to us to really lead the way on this one. So if I'll open it up to everybody. If you've got any thoughts, Sarah's going to make a note of the ideas. And I think then we can be in a position where we can collate those ideas and see whether some are community highway schemes, in which case we can take it to the residents in that particular area, or there's schemes that we can include in potential communications, extra communications like you're having with West Sussex, and bypassing the community highway scheme thing and just getting it on the list of things that need to be done for West Sussex.
I personally would like to see all school routes at 20 miles an hour.
Okay.
And I would like to see the ability to cycle or walk as opposed to use a car. We should be, what's the word I'm looking for?
Schools, they're called school streets.
Yeah, exactly. But we've got a lot of schools. Loudons Lane, for instance, would go to Imberhorn Upper, Imberhorn Lower, St Mary's, or Winds Hill. And that's just one route.
Yeah.
So there must be other routes that we could all look at in our different wards that would, a green space, which you could put a design line in, a walk that they can cycle on, rather than being on the road.
Yes. No, I don't know where that would be for places like the Meads.
No, because that is.
There are some schools, St Peter's as well.
But again, Blackwell, the Triangle,
Yeah.
West Sussex, got those involved again. There is a lovely build out now, so
Yes.
people can't park.
Yeah.
There's a crossing point
Yes.
and a path that goes to another Twitten. So
Yeah. No, absolutely.
it's just joined up
And also,
thinking.
although it would involve some road use, you could always use the Hackenden Lane, the bridge over.
Well, Loudons Lane, you see, you can go back, you can go across Lingfield Road, down Charlwoods, you could get onto Hackenden Lane, it brings you up out of the hospital.
That's right. Yeah. Absolutely.
It's a part of a route that's already there. We just need to link it up.
Yes. No, great. I'm all for that. 20 miles an hour, around schools, makes complete sense, really. Anybody else? Any thoughts? Any other things?
What about things like yellow lines and stuff like that? Is that in the auspices of this sort of criteria? Or not really. It's not really.
No,
really
yellow
something,
lines
is it?
are normally sort of through another system.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Yes, it's a nice idea, particularly on the London Road on the
TRO.
Yes. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I know of a resident that's been looking at that in her road for a long time. There's been back and forth correspondence with highways, and nothing seems to have happened. So I was wondering about trying to kick that off again, but it's not even in my ward anyway. So
I think we
would cancel that.
So, are you talking about in town or
No, well, no. The other end of town. So obviously I'm town north, but I think it's Christopher Road. That sort of area. I don't think it's Christopher Road itself. It's
Near the cinema.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
so
okay,
if you head up King's Street.
King Street.
Yeah, and then it's up there near
Okay.
Goes round to the.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's right. Yeah, but I don't know exactly where on might be all the way along there really because it is quite tricky along there. A lot of potholes there apparently as well, but that's a different story.
Okay, all right, well, keep that in mind. It could be something that you speak to your county council about and to get them involved. And
Yeah, who would it be for them? Would it be?
Russell, I think.
Oh, it
It's
wouldn't.
town. Depends what,
Oh, because John DeBell's Meridian, isn't
yeah,
he? Yeah. Okay.
and then Ian's in the down.
yeah,
That's right,
I mean, it might be worth, speaking to the residents about it, getting clear what we want, what they're looking to do, and then going for a site.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I know what it is, because they all park on the left-hand side, and occasionally you get one parks on the right. So if that was very few.
Yeah.
Is this the one that only goes up to the wall?
Yeah.
Check me.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there has been a site visit in the past, but kind of drew a blank and then got forgotten about perhaps. So, yeah, somewhere along the line, there's probably something you can drag to start over again. But yeah, we work looking at it.
As you can imagine, I've got a list. I will do is I'll just add context to this because I did have a meeting with Ian Mike, who's the West Sussex County Council for Active Travel, County Council officer for active travel. Really pro what we're trying to do. Actually, he came up and we had a bike ride around town. Showed him where all the whip details were, and some things. So some of these things that I'm talking about now, we've already mentioned to him, and this is why I was saying we're not really looking at the entire schemes of some of this stuff. A lot of it is we can direct it, Sussex, get it on a list of things that works that need to be done, and then over the course of the next 4 or 5 years, we should see some development and improvement. So following on from Julie's scheme idea of the 20 miles an hour outside roads, residential roads where the schools are, I think that there's not enough indicators in the town for 20 miles an hour. I think there needs to be more actual road signage, say it's 20 miles an hour for people in the town centre and the area. And the big thing, you were talking about Dillowell Road and Christopher Road. Nobody thinks it's 20 miles an hour, but it is. For example, this one was something which I did speak to Ian about, is widen the pavement at the pinch point on West Street. So I don't know if you know, if you go down the hill, you've got the Queen's Road car park on the right, and there's before you get to the bumps in the road, there's a really narrow point, but I can't do anything on that because of the drainage on the road. So that we'll have to cross that one off. Zebra crossing at the fire station or one way, desire lines, where the one-way system at the fire station is. There's a lot of people that walk in those areas, and it's a bit of a lottery of.
If you want to cross,
you've got
That's where the wind was.
Yeah, but most people don't want to do that. They'll use some of the islands in the middle of that where the fire station is, and then get to the other road.
I've done that plenty of times.
Yeah,
it's a gamble.
Yeah. So that's something that he's going to look at, desire lines and things like that. And actually, that is also part of the route for one of the Seaward routes, which it links Moat Road to Park Road, and the bridge that goes over, because there's already a little bit of cycling infrastructure on that bridge, the one-way bridge. So that's that. Traffic lights at Pizza Express, shorten the time to wait. That's another thing that I wanted to do, that to wait. 2.5 minutes. Pizza Express.
Middle Road, Pizza Express.
Oh, yeah.
Also, double yellow lines on London Road, which is the Marlborough High Street. I think we're only going to see more and more cars parked on that road.
Well, you can't get a fire engine through when they're all parked outside the pound shop.
Yeah. And it's going to get worse because people are going to be paying on Sundays and holidays potentially soon as well. Not necessarily, but people will.
Oh, no, I mean, not necessarily. There might not be parking
on Saturday
prices if we're lucky.
Oh, okay.
With the consultation.
Yeah.
I thought that was just about Sundays and Mondays. The pricing increase.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I think I was. Yeah.
Unfortunately.
The other thing that we talked about was narrow the Bell Junction at the Ship Street pub. the zebra crossing from where Zara's was to the ship.
Mhm.
So narrow because it's quite wide and people cross that all the time. But you're at the mercy of drivers. There's already a yellow zebra crossing by Walmart Travel across to the
Clarendon House.
yes. There's already one there, but we need another one across that road and probably across to Harbour Fish as well, because then that creates a nice friendly road system. So that's the other thing I was going to add to that. Pedestrian crossing at, can't read my writing now.
Was it at
Right.
2 o'clock? Was it?
Yeah. No, I read this about 3 weeks ago.
Oh.
Pedestrian crossing at High Street by the fountain. I don't know what people thoughts on
That does.
Crossing,
I think it should be pedestrianised.
yeah, so maybe we just,
Does that go through the bus?
no, a bit further on the road.
In fact,
It's a really wide.
I crossed over there a while ago because I was parked and then going to town, and yeah, that might be.
Or an island, or something to make it easier for people to cross.
It does get pretty busy.
The other thing I was thinking about as well, also there was a great picture from, I don't know, is it Roy Henderson who does the About East Grinstead?
Yeah.
Yeah, he posted a great picture of the roundabout at Lloyd's Bank, and where Greg's was, that
Mr. Pub.
yeah, that's right. But also the pavement area was very wide. It used to come out a lot more. And I think that roundabout, and this was in the LC loop as well, but that roundabout needs to be reduced in size, in width, and make it so we could have more. The public realm is expanded from a pedestrianised perspective. And I think that also would have a positive effect on the damage to the railings, because people would be a little bit more cautious.
Perhaps, yes.
So that's the other thing. Can we put a bollard between the gun shop and Monsoon?
Oh, yes, please.
I think there's some ownership issues, I think, on that little strip of land that goes up to the church. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
I do, but I've seen the curry.
Okay.
People car up and
Yeah.
they're unloading.
Yeah, nobody can get by. It's really dangerous.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be all. No, I've been curmudgeon. You know what I mean, Ed?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I often had to walk past cars to do that.
Yeah,
when I'm coming back from here, for example.
Can we have a little thing on that? TMI Hill with because he's got some software on his computer that it tells you what parts of the land West Sussex own.
Right, yeah, we can probably find that out as well.
Yeah.
I think Kirsty's probably found her.
Oh, excellent. Zebra crossing at Baltic Piage and Escots Drive that links East Court. You know, if you walk from East Court, you come out of Escots Drive and Baltic Piage is opposite you.
Yes.
Say that first road again,
Baltic Piage.
because every time I see it, I never know what on earth it says, but I know what.
Just
School children.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a good one.
Where would that be, sir?
So if you walk down Escots, East Court, and you come out by the pavilion and you go through the car park, that road at the end of that is Escots Drive.
Yeah, so you're suggesting it would be literally just from where the path is straight across. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure of what it would take to be able to do that, and whether it's a raised. I just don't know. I think that would be good. So zebra crossings there. Woodbury Avenue. Is there anything pedestrian crossing there?
Yeah.
There is an island at the top, isn't there, onto the A22, crosses the A22, but there's nothing.
Where I live, William. So there is Woodbury Avenue goes there. There's a little parking bit which goes to 2 houses. But no, we walk and then you have to cross over. I cross over down the bottom to go to Farms Close. No, there's no crossing points at all. So yes, that would be a good.
Yeah.
Because if you want to encourage all that estate to walk to school.
Yeah, absolutely. The other one was I'm quite into zebra crossings, and it's something that Chris Boardman is and Active Travel England are really into as well. You know, putting zebra crossings in so it prioritises people that walk. Much to the annoyance of people that drive. Zebra crossing is at the Chequermead car park. Is that you're a Chequermead trustee?
This is, yes. What they're trying to find is a way to do disabled access from the car park. That, of course, would be a ramp that sort of goes like that because
Yes.
it's the levels. Yes, I think that it would be a very good idea to have a zebra crossing there.
Yeah, I do too. Okay. So can we put on this as well, please? Sarah? Thank you very much. Not, there's only a few left. I promise. Baldwin's, Julie, your better surface on the track from Charwood to Hackenden. I cycled on that as a boy. When it's wet, people just get really happy.
That belongs to the convent.
That track?
I think so.
No, it's just west.
Oh, it is west.
Yeah, is this the one that you go over that bridge?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry, where was
that
that from?
pathway links
Afternoons for the
Charwood.
ladies.
Oh, I remember you saying,
Charwood
yes.
into
All the nuns, yeah.
Yeah. There's a bridle way. It's really muddy and not great.
Right.
So again, I just speak to you in my head.
I do hope you say good afternoon to the ladies as you go over the bridge.
I didn't actually know. What is that actually a thing?
Brooke Brothers used to have the convent contract to bury the nuns.
Oh, okay.
Because builders had the spades, that's why they got the contract.
Okay.
And as you go over the bridge, on the right, there's a little railings and green bit. That's where all the nuns are buried.
Oh, really? We should put a sign next to it. Don't say
Good afternoon, because my dad, when she used to be walking to the allotment, my dad would go, good afternoon, ladies. And then one day I'd ask him what.
We should really put a sign there.
We should celebrate this.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't forget to say good morning to the ladies.
To play.
Brilliant, love that. Can we do that? That'd be really good.
What would you put the sign on there?
You could put it on the railings with a couple of bolts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
Anybody thoughts on 20 miles an hour on Linfield Road?
Yes, please.
Let me think. Yeah, do you know what? That's a good call.
Well, you've got Imberhorn, you've got St Mary's, you've got people going that way to Blackpool.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer, and the speed they get. Atrocious.
Yeah, and then it's not quite Linfield Road.
And
Charles is the same. You've got cars all on one side, and you can't see what's at the other end, and then you whiz round, and someone whizzes around, and then all of a sudden, yeah, and it's a bit like that on
20 miles an hour, yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll do that.
And that gets really congested as well, doesn't it?
It does.
Sometimes, yeah.
What about better crossings over the A22 from Wimble Lane? Because I think there is
an island, isn't there, that they hop across.
Yeah.
There is the crossing I see a lot of children using, where the old library was, Southwick Close. Where the Lingfield,
by House Park.
No. Top Maypole Road, Lingfield Lodge Care Home, which is new. There is a zebra crossing there, the Pelican crossing there.
Yes.
They use that.
Yeah.
They use that and then go to St Mary's and Wimble Lane.
Okay.
So they have got that.
Right.
But I suppose sort of somewhere between Dorset Avenue and Wimble Lane.
Yeah.
That might be quite a good idea.
I think so. Again, it's all about the design, where
Although you've got the crossing the other side of Dorset Avenue, so I suppose
it's quite far away.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
The other two things you'll be pleased to know: Herentide, where Forest Way crosses Herentide Drive. At the moment, it's blighted by people parking right up to the entrance, so you can't physically see round the cars. I would like to propose some zigzag lines and also a raised crossing so that people can, it's level, but I think if it's raised, it just puts people up anyway, parking on them. So that's something I did think about. Also, zebra at Milton Road and Mill Way. So that, because there used to be a lollipop man, a lady, for the Meads.
Yeah.
Morton Road,
Morton Road, yeah.
not Morton Road and Mill Way. I think.
Yes, because Dunnings is quite a fast road, isn't it?
Yeah, it is very much.
I didn't make that one 20.
That could be, so Dunnings Mill 20 miles an hour as well is a good thing. Yeah,
School.
yeah, and also you've got the Sunnyside Barn, you've got the
Care
old
home.
people's community down at the bottom there as well. Yeah.
I just thought of one more.
Okay.
Walking along Lewis Road, opposite, what's the junction to get to Herentide? What's the road? Off of Lewis Road. You
I
know,
don't know.
What, opposite Sackville School?
Yeah.
On the right hand side, that's Herentide Drive.
Herentide Drive, right. I did. They come whizzing out of there and go right, and because they're trying to beat the traffic coming that way. And once or twice, William and I have had to really step back. Now, I would like to actually see some bollards there opposite that junction.
Okay, but on the corner of the park pavement.
On the Lewis Road, not on the Herentide side, on the Sackville School side. So that if anybody did, it would stop them hitting pedestrians, because we're trying to actively encourage people to use this pathway to get to school. It would just be a safety thing.
Okay.
And there was a car there a few weeks ago that had come out.
Yeah.
And gone on front.
Okay. Yeah. So that's the list. I think with these, if we collate this information, Sarah, I think we can then seek advice from Ian at West Sussex about it.
Yeah.
Because they're really the people to speak to. There's no point going to West Sussex because they're very heavily. Okay. Anybody else got any other thoughts? So those. I mean, there's probably more, but we can always add to that list anyway, can't we? Okay, so that's great. Thank you, everybody. Item number 8 is the electrical vehicle charging scheme, which is Connected Curb. We're in the process of putting a proposal together, which will involve no upfront costs for the council. The points are either funded by government grants or by Connected Curb. There's a small revenue generation opportunity, and further information will be available in respect to detailed proposal, which might be available for the meeting. So we haven't got any detailed reports yet on that, but we'll come back to committee hopefully with some options for the next meeting. I think we do have to have something for people with electric cars here on the estate, but yeah, I don't think we need to be over ambitious on it, really, with the knowledge that electric cars are going down. Good. But we have to, I think it'd be good to have something for people. Okay, any other thoughts on that one next? No?
How many?
I don't know, actually.
No, I would imagine it'd be 2 or something like that, yeah.
Demand won't be massively high.
No,
It's for some time, but
that's the thing.
No. And also, it shouldn't really be, it's not going to be a revenue generating
No,
scheme. We're not going to make millions out of it.
no, not
Would it
Well,
come
that's
against the
nice.
committee?
your committee.
Yeah.
But yeah, I suppose if it doesn't cost council anything in upfront costs and there is a bit of revenue, then it's
Yeah. that's
something
fine.
that.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. Okay, so that's that. Item number 9 is date for next meetings. There's been a bit of a change, folks. Rather than every other month, whatever we were doing, there's some different dates. Just to please make a note of those. The next meeting is 5 September, and then 28 November.
25th of July,
July.
so the next one. We have, so.
Sorry, 25 July.
Yeah.
beg your pardon. And then 5th of September, 28th of November, 16 January. I think there's been a slight change on those. Is everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to ask one question. bus stops, we were going to get a green top bus stop. When was that going to happen?
Now that is, it's moving forward, but it's very slow. Yeah, but things are happening. I believe it might be something to do with planning, that they've got to get some planning to do one bit of it, which is the advertising. But, yeah, so it is moving forward, but it's slow.
Thank you.
Still in the process.
So just to quickly recap, there's a few things that come from today. Thank you very much, everybody. The walking and cycle leaflet, we'll get going running with that. Ed, it might be that it could be a daytime, in which case you could join on Zoom or something if you're at work. There's a daytime working group meeting. It might not be an evening, just to pre-warn you.
Well, I'm normally around on Thursdays and probably Tuesdays. I'll be working from home, so
All right.
potentially,
Okay.
if they're
Your lunch break.
Yeah, yes, because it's still being recorded. Yeah, lunch break meeting midweek, of course, absolutely fine. Great stuff. So we're going to close the meeting at 7:58. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for your input and your help.